So the Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Dennis Pulchan, believes that members of the public should be arrested and charged within the fullest capacity of the law for using their cell phones to film police officers while executing their duties in the public space. Mr. Pulchan is of the opinion that if you film a police officer executing their duties in the public space, that should be an arrestable offense. Mr. Pulchan, take a little seat for 2 minutes. Let me explain something to you. What happens in the public space remains public. The TTPS and the prison service do not belong to an executive elite body under the protective services of Trinidad and Tobago. They are not protected from accountability and from transparency. Any event that happens in the public space in view of several witnesses can be reported, can be taped, can be filmed. You know that that is the right that a citizen can execute in a public space. You all know how I feel about freedom of expression and the rights of the people. So I have a few questions that I want to ask Mr. Pulchan this morning. Since you seem to have an issue with cameras and filming, let me ask you, what is going on inside the prisons of Trinidad and Tobago? That is your responsibility. What is happening there? Why are the cameras not fully operational inside the prisons? What is going on with the cell phone jammers? Why do we have prisoners making calls to other criminals on the outside using cell phones inside the prisons of Trinidad and Tobago? How are cell phones getting into the prisons? Every day or every other day, the media reports about contraband entering the prisons of Trinidad and Tobago, and in some instances, the prisons officers are bringing them in. What about that, Mr. Pulchan? You are studying to mind the public's business, but you're not minding your own business. Look after the prisons. That is what you dare to do. But as you talk about cameras and talking about public access, let me ask another question. Or perhaps a question you should be asking to your Minister of National Security and the former Minister of National Security is, where are those 800 cameras that Stuart Young promised would have been put out into the public space to protect our young women from being raped, murdered, brutalized, and trafficked in Trinidad and Tobago? Where are those cameras, Mr. Pulchan? Worry about those cameras. You have police officers in the TTPS refusing to wear body cameras. Why? Why would a police officer refuse to wear a body camera? Worry about those cameras. You have no issue with the officers from the TTPS taping the public using their cell phones, but you have a problem with the public using their cell phones to tape the police officers? The films and the videos made by the public of rogue police officers abusing the public in executing their duties, that should always remain public. Let the public know and highlight what is going on inside the TTPS. But you have a problem with persons using their cameras to film police officers executing their duties. Study what's going on inside the prisons. That is your responsibility. That is what you're being paid for. That is what taxpayers' money is being used to pay for. Manage the prison service before you step out of your bounds and want to come outside here and manage the rights of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That is not your business. Your business is the prisons of Trinidad and Tobago. So stay in your lane and be very careful with how you intend to want legislation be put in place to legislate the freedom of expression of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Pulchan, the prison service, that is your business. Manage that. And then you could come outside here and you could tell the people of Trinidad and Tobago what they can and cannot do. When you start doing what you are supposed to be doing, Mr. Pulchan, stay in your lane and take your time.